Hello friends. Today I Kavita Jain discuss the topic measurement of capacitance using De-Sauty bridge. De-Sauty bridge is the simplest method of comparing two capacitances. If we neglect the dielectric losses in the bridge circuit, the circuit of De-Sauty bridge is shown in figure. In the figure, battery is applied between terminals marked as 1 and 3, and the detector is applied between the terminals 2 and 4. The arm 1 2 consists of capacitor C1 whose value is unknown, which carries current I1 as shown. Arm 2 4 consists of pure resistor. Here pure resistor means we assuming it non-inductive in nature. ARM 3-4 also consists of pure resistor and ARM 4-1 consists of standard capacitor whose value is already known to us. Let us derive the expression for capacitor and resistor at balance condition. We have 1 upon j omega C1 multiplied by small r4 is equals to 1 upon j omega C2 multiplied by r3. It implies that the value of capacitor is given by the expression C1 is equals to C2 multiplied by R4 upon R3. The balance can be obtained by varying either R3 or R4. The advantage of this bridge is its simplicity. Now let us draw the phasor diagram of this bridge. The phasor diagram of De-Sauty bridge is shown in figure. Let us mark the current drop across unknown capacitor as E1, voltage drop across the resistor R3 BE3, voltage drop across arm 34 BE4 and voltage drop across arm 41 BE2. At balance condition, the current flows through 2 to 4 path will be 0, and also voltage drops E1 and E3 be equal to voltage drop E2 and E4 respectively. In order to draw the phasor diagram, we have taken E3 or E4 reference axis. E1 and E2 are shown at right angle to E1 or E2. Why they are at right angle to each other? Answer to this question is very simple. As capacitor is connected there, therefore phase difference angle obtained is 90 degree. Now, instead of some advantages like bridge is quite simple and provide easy calculations, there are some disadvantages of this bridge because this bridge have gives inaccurate results for imperfect capacitor. Here imperfect means capacitor which not free from dielectric losses. Hence, we can use this bridge only for comparing perfect capacitors. In order to make measurements on imperfect capacitor, that is, the capacitor having dielectric loss, the bridge is modified as shown in figure. This modification is due to Grover's. In this bridge diagram. Here, Grover has introduced electrical resistances R1 and R2 as shown in above on arm 1 2 and 4 1 respectively. In order to include the dielectric losses, also he has connected resistances R1 and R2 respectively in the arm 1 2 and 4 1. Let us derive the expression for capacitor C1 whose value is unknown to us. Again, we connect standard capacitor on the same arm 1 4 as we have done in de Sauté's bridge. At balance point on equating the voltage drops, we have capital R1 plus small r1 plus 1 upon j omega c1 multiplied by r4 is equals to capital R2 plus small r2 plus 1 upon j omega c2. Equation is multiplied by r3. This equation is known as equation 1. On solving above equation, we get C1 upon C2 is equals to capital R2 plus small r2 upon small r capital R1 plus small r1 is equals to small r4 into small r3. This equation is the required equation. By making the phasor diagram, we can calculate dissipation factor. Phasor diagram for the above circuit is shown below. Let us mark del 1 and del 2 be phase angles for the capacitor C1 and C2 respectively. From the phasor diagram, we have tan del 1 is equals to dissipation factor is equals to omega C1 R1, and similarly we have tan del 2 is equals to omega C2 R2. From equation 1, we have C2R2 minus C1R1 is equals to C1R1 minus C2R2. On multiplying omega both sides, we have omega C2R2 minus omega C1R1 minus is equals to omega in bracket C1 capital R1 minus C2 capital R2. Bracket close. But we know capital C1 upon C2 is equals to small r4 upon r3. Therefore, the final expression for the dissipation factor is written as tan del 1 minus tan del 2 is equals to omega C2 in bracket capital R1 multiplied by R4 upon R3 minus capital R2 bracket close. Hence, if dissipation factor for one capacitor is known, however, this method gives quite inaccurate result for dissipation factors. Thank you.